Today we are at the Thurgood Marshall U.S. Courthouse, where we are honoring all the African American judges here in New York. And the great thing about it is we had an opportunity to be able to say thank you and start developing a pipeline so we can have more folks of color who can rise and elevate to the position of being judges themselves.
All right, good evening. I am truly honored to be here this evening. So thank you to the MBBA for inviting me here. I don't think that I could adequately express to you just how humbling this is for me. I am a proud graduate of Howard University School of Law, yes. And I am standing here as a federal judge speaking in the Thurgood Marshall Courthouse. I want to say amen, but I don't know about separation of church and state. So, thank you. So thank you to you all for being here for what is a special occasion for me. Thank you to the members of the MBBA, and a particular thank you to the members of the Judicial Friends and all of the members of the State Judiciary who are here tonight. You know, we often say that we stand on the shoulders of giants. We say it both professionally, we say it personally. I say it. It is rare, however, that I have an opportunity to stand in front and before some of those giants whose shoulders I stand on. So I say thank you to you. I know that I owe a debt of gratitude to you, and that I would not be here if it were not for you. So thank you. Now, I was asked to talk a little bit about my path to the bench. And I have to say that my ascension to the bench is defined as much by where I came from as it is by what it is that I did to get here. You see, I was born to a young teenage single mother. I am, along with my sister, the first in my immediate family to get a high school diploma. I am the first to graduate from college, the first to then go on to law school, and yes, the first to become a federal judge. Now, notwithstanding the circumstances of my birth and of my youth, I somehow was fortunate enough to have a mother who told me that my life path was not defined by those circumstances, that I could have and be and become anything it is that I set my mind to. And, you know, in terms of becoming a judge, that wasn't the first thing on my list. In fact, my own path is one of reincarnation, right? I was a dancer in a former life. I traveled, I went on an archaeological dig in Belize. I thought that maybe archaeology was something that I wanted to do. I traveled with a theater group. I served in the United States military. It was after my service in the military that I came to the law. And I chose Howard University School of Law because I was clear that I wanted to have the experience of an HBCU. I don't know how many of you are in this room have attended HBCUs, but they're special and they're different. And my husband, who went to the University of Chicago, is jealous every day that he didn't have an opportunity to go to an HBCU. But I went on and graduated from Howard, and I had the singular goal at that time of really honing my craft. I come from a mom who was an artist, right? She was a singer most of my life. And artists are always dedicated to honing their craft. And I think that that's important for us to do as lawyers, is to hone our craft. And that's what I set out to do from the beginning. I had hoped and aspired to become a partner in a law firm one day, but I was clear that I couldn't do that unless I became good at it. I'm still working on it, by the way. I wouldn't say that I've reached perfection. I'm still working on it. But that was my first and foremost goal. Now, it became clear to me as I continued to practice law that I needed to also include in my private practice, because I went to a large law firm. I started my career, yes, at Cravath, Swaine & Moore. It became clear to me that I also needed to make sure that I was creating options for myself outside of my office, that I was also committed still to service in our community. I had the opportunity to serve on the Taxi and Limousine Commission. I was nominated and appointed by Mayor Bloomberg, and then later to serve on the Joint Commission on Public Ethics. And it was through my work there that I was able to create, I think, a more balanced person, a person whose experiences made me more attractive, I think, as a potential nominee for the bench. And you know, when folks talk about what should I be doing? What should I be doing if I want to be a judge as well? And I would say, one, make sure that you are opening yourself up to all of the opportunities that may present themselves to you. Don't allow yourself to be limited by a definition that someone else may have of you. If I had limited myself in that way, I don't suspect that I would be here. I don't suspect that I would have achieved the things that I have thus far, because by many people's definition, a young girl born to a single mom who has been uneducated certainly shouldn't be a partner at a major law firm, certainly not a federal judge. So I would say open yourself up to all of the opportunities that may present themselves to you. Define yourself for yourselves and give yourself the room to dream yourself forward. And then when someone reaches out a hand to you, reach back. When these judges in this room say, yes, give me a call, I suggest you call them. And outside of that, don't let the virus of self-doubt keep you from achieving all that you can. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you.